Today's video is especially for all our women friends out there. We will have a look at the do's and don'ts of yoga in your menstrual cycles. We will also have a look at foods that will be conducive and foods that will not really help you, and a couple of other things. So watch along. Welcome to Fit and Calm. I'm Khush Pinder, and let's talk about yoga in your menstrual cycle. So this is a very common question that is asked, and before we address this question, there is one other thing we need to look at, that every woman is very different and the menstrual cycle is very different for everyone. We need to ask ourselves, how is it for us? What do we feel like doing during those days? For some people, they cannot even get up on the first 2 days or for a day at least, and for some people they have virtually no pain, no discomfort. So if you feel like that you want to practice yoga, your body wants it, then you can go for a yoga practice. And if you are someone who cannot do anything, there are still a few of the asanas that will help you relieve those cramps and that discomfort. You can do those things lying down in bed. You don't need to move too much as well. Personally, for instance, I do not feel like doing any yoga the first 2 days. The only asanas that I do are lying down, Supta Baddha Konasana, and I just put my legs up the wall at times. That makes me feel really good with some little bit of toe stretches. That's all. But if you are someone who feels like you want to do yoga, you can do some very gentle movements with the body. You can do Sukshma Vyayama, you can do asanas like butterfly, it will help you. You can do asanas like forward folds, Janushirshasana, Paschimottanasana, a wide-legged forward fold. So all of these would be quite helpful. Your Viprita Karani asana would be helpful. With the help of a wall, you can just chill, lie down. You can do Viprita Karani, and the Supta Baddha Konasanas are, I think, my go-to asanas if you're doing it lying down and in bed. So yes, you can do a yoga practice, but listen to yourself. Now coming to what you do not do. In our periods, we usually do not do inversions. So we do not go for asanas like Sarvangasana, asanas like your handstands, headstands, anything which puts a lot of undue pressure as well on the body, on the nervous system, like intense back bends. We do not want to do such things. So one of the reasons why we do not want to do it is because there are 5 pranas that govern our body. So there is this Apana prana, which is responsible for your menstruation and for childbirth as well, and it flows downwards. So when you are in your menstruation, you want that flow to happen. You do not want to disrupt that. But when you do inversions, that's the opposite of what we want to happen. So the menstrual cycle is generally very delicate. It's a good idea to honor and respect our bodies at that time. So it's a good idea not to incorporate these, and keep your practice a little gentle and go by the feeling that you get how you want to practice. One more thing that we do not want to do is a lot of intense activity, be it running, jumping, jogging. A lot of people will naturally not feel like, a lot of you will not feel like doing that, but still it's not a very good idea to do very hardcore practices. And a couple of other things that you need to avoid is Kapalabhati or Agnisara Kriya. So those are also not things that we want to do during the cycles. Now we come to a bit of the food part. So usually it's a good idea to have warm and hot liquids. You can have soups, you can have light, easily digestible foods like the Indian khichdi, which is the perfect, I think, meal for during your menstrual cycles. You feel light. You can eat a lot of fruits, fresh fruits, veggies will help you. And it's also a good idea not to have too much of sugar, too much of things that are packaged. They are not really conducive at the time, or even cold drinks, cold foods. They are also not good. Fried foods. Keep your diet light, because that will also help your body at the same time. And listen to your body. You would yourself know once you start listening to your body that what are the things you should do and what are the things you should not do. If you have any more questions on what you should do or not, or anything else about yoga in your menstrual cycles, do leave it in the comments below. If you like this video, do leave a thumbs up, and do subscribe to our channel if you've not done that yet. Thank you for watching this, for joining us. May you stay fit and calm. You can also check out the other videos on our channel. We have a lot of 30-day yoga series, we have 7-day yoga series, and we will also be having yoga for periods as well. Just roam around, check out the playlists, check out the videos.